yeah, we're gonna watch FNAF series videos because there's a lot of them. And I thought, why not react to all of them? Wouldn't that be funny? So yeah, definitely going to be reacting to all of them. I hope that I will not die. There's no scuff here. Why would there be anything scuffed here? If there's anything scuffed here, then that would not be a good look for me. I'm a professional streamer. I am a corporate VTuber. There's no way that I'm supposed to have any stuff. That's impossible. There's no fucking way.
I don't know about you, but every time the camera makes the sound to come up, I pee a little bit in my pants.
No. Peeing in your pants for every little jump scare? Come on.
That's it?
That's not.
It's a jump scare?
My question was in reference to your statement. I hope I don't die. I didn't die.
Really?
I'm great. I'm good. What do you mean I'm hoping I don't die?
Oh god, it's so terrifying.
All scuff will now be blamed on Hephaestus. Hephaestus in my PC? Nah. But like they could be. Who knows? Maybe I do just keep Hephaestus in my PC. You'll never know. We'll never know.
Guys, I'm almost out of power.
You're right. It's a Poseidon chat if it's scuffed. I fixed it. Here's the thing. I fixed it without technical support too. So, oh, that's a win already. That is a win right there. But like, it's just weird that like I checked it like earlier and for some reason it didn't. Oh, hello, Golden Freddy. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory,
where fear
I
is
love
our
nostalgia.
middle name. Matthew Fear Patrick. It's a very
That's a
strange
crazy
name.
weird
Okay,
name.
I'll admit it. I didn't give Five Nights at Freddy's enough credit when it first came out.
I'm doing
a few
short
jump
hair.
scares from creatures that, aren't that scary. People overreacting to it on YouTube. Meh, pass.
Man,
But
you guys
then
remember
when I
the
asked you
days
about it,
when
you
this was
showed
like, I mean,
overwhelming
it's still
support for an
technically
episode on the game on
very,
Twitter,
very,
so I began
like,
to dig
a
a little
big,
deeper
big,
and
big
deeper.
series,
And what I found was some of
still
the
well
most
known,
interesting
but, like-
storytelling, most intriguing
like when it was still in its
mysteries,
very,
and
very
most
heyday,
disturbing
like
events
at the start,
I've read about
at the
in a
start of it
long
all,
time.
and
Now,
the
if you
middle
were
of it
just to
all,
play
like
the game straight
the
through
peak of
5
this game
days, the story would
before
actually come across as
security
pretty superficial.
breach.
You're the new night guard watching the security
I would say
cameras at a
say
Chuck E.
Ruin
Cheese-style
is
restaurant
definitely
called Freddy
like
Fazbear's Pizza.
a
Four
bit more
animatronics
scarier
roam the
than
halls at night
Security
because
Breach,
the
I
owners
think.
don't want their
The movie
servos
was
to
good.
lock
Yeah,
up.
the movie
Bad
was
news
good.
is,
It's
you can't
it's
let 'em
literally
near
made
you,
for
or else
fans,
they'll
and
kill
I
you on
could
the
not ask
spot
for
because you
anything
look
better.
like a naked
I'm being honest.
endoskeleton.
So,
Ow,
yeah.
ow! Show them those circuits.
When a game
Apparently,
would come
one
out
of them
without
bit
warning
someone
every
back
3
in
months. Oh my
87,
god, yeah! I
presumably
remember Scott having to like
1987. And the past guard
throw
used
that
the
like
recorded
game
phone messages
together
to act as
so
your
fast, and
tutorial,
then, like
that
3
is,
months later
as
they
much
would
as he
like
could record before
pop
he got
out.
himself killed. And that's
Pop
it.
out of
45
his,
nights,
like,
collect your
brain,
paycheck, done,
or
game
something like
over,
that.
play something new.
I believe it's
But playing
almost,
it that way is doing the game a
10
huge
damn years.
disservice.
Yeah,
because
that is
that's not
true.
even scratching the surface.
It's like
If you're
9 years
really
since he made
observant,
this,
you
right?
start to unravel
Yeah, it's been
the
9 years
layers
since he
of
made this, and
unsolved
it's just
mysteries around this
crazy
place.
that
You
it's been,
find
like-
that there's a fifth
it's been, like, 9
animatronic,
years,
that
almost 10
posters on the
years.
wall will
It's
change randomly, that news clippings appear and disappear, telling the
I like
dark
the fact
secrets of
that
this twisted place.
he
Putting
strayed
it all together,
from
here's the
the-
rest of the
how do you
story.
call it? He
Freddy
strayed from
Fazbear's
the-
Pizza, once a popular
called?
restaurant, fell into hard
He
times
strayed
when
from
5
the
children
actual
went missing
parallels
there after
IRL
being
to actually
lured to a
solving
back
the
room
lore
by
of the
a man
story,
dressed in a character
which is
costume.
very interesting.
Though a suspect
'cause
was caught and
the
convicted,
lore here is
the
very
bodies of the
convoluted.
children were
And the
never
fact that he managed to, like,
the
put it-
pizzeria was
put it through
also
and all that
threatened
stuff
with
is really, really
shutdown
good.
due to sanitation complaints, as foul odors started to come from the animatronics,
Yeah.
blood and mucus oozing from their eyes and mouths.
Well, I
The
don't
last
understand
article,
how, like, the
written
cops
years after
didn't,
the incident,
like,
states that the
you know-
pizzeria would finally be closed by year end. In addition to
If
the
the bodies were smelling,
unofficially referred to as Golden Freddy.
That's
Ignoring the rules of
my
physics,
husky scream,
Golden
yeah.
Freddy appears and
But, like,
disappears
if-
at
if-
will, can inexplicably
if the
travel through
animatronics
doors
were, like,
wherever,
stinky
causing strange
and was, like,
hallucinations.
literally
And when
having
he
a
attacks
lot of
you,
bad
you're not
odors,
taking
I
the
don't know
typical
why
game
the
over
police
screen.
didn't
Your
check it.
game crashes.
It's like, why is this
So
stinky?
that's
I'm like,
unsettling. And there's
I mean,
also strange
as
messages
as
appearing on the
extra
wall,
as, like, I would
repeating
be
the
as a
words,
police
"It's
officer.
me." According to the game's
If I go
creator,
to the
the
crime
place
scene
is
and I
indeed
smell something
haunted
funny,
by what we can only
I
assume
mean,
to be the
it would
spirits
attack my
of
nose,
the 5
yes,
lost
but, like,
children. So that's the gist of it.
I
Murder,
would
missing
search
children,
for it.
foul odors,
I would be like,
killer
okay,
robots,
I'm gonna go
and
look
pizza.
to where that
But
foul
story leaves
odor
a lot
was.
of lingering
So
questions.
I just went.
Who is your character? How's
I
he
just
fit
went
in?
and
Why
looked at
does
the
he stay
animatronics'
for
bodies.
5 nights when he's very clearly
And check if
confronting
there's
the
anything. If
possibility
I
of
see
death?
anything
What
rotting
more can
there,
we know
then
about
I
this
would've-
terrifying
I would've
golden
told them,
Freddy?
like,
And
Chief,
most importantly, what
we have
is
some
the
bad
complete
news. So remember
story
about those
behind
5
Nights
kids
at
that went
Freddy's?
missing?
They're all good
Yeah, I
questions
think they're
about a
kind of in
delightfully
this-
incomplete
in the
and mysterious
animatronics.
story with just
In
enough
them.
threads to keep
Kind
you
of in them for some
theorizing.
reason.
So now,
I
if you'll
smell
indulge me,
dead
let me
bodies there.
reciprocate that story.
And not that I
with one of my
not that I
own.
smelled
think
dead
you'll
bodies
find it
before. I'm just new
interesting.
here, but like
December,
they smell like
1993,
dead bodies
Aurora,
or
Colorado.
like what I
10
think
p.m.
dead bodies
Tuesday
are like.
night at a local
So,
Chuck E.
yeah.
Cheese. After a family
And
birthday
I
party
think the
runs
chief would
long,
probably look at me
manager
like I was
Margaret
crazy.
Kohlberg and teenage employees
The chief police
Sylvia
officer was
Crowell,
like,
Ben
"Bro,
Grant, Colleen
are you
O'Connor,
okay? Or
and Bobby
I-
Stevens are
you
forced
did
to
get
stay
tested
late
before you became a
As
cop,
Margaret
right?
tallies receipts
You're
in the
not
back,
high,
Bobby
right?
scrubs down the
Just to
key,
be
the other
sure.
3
'Cause,
work
like, there's no
outside
way
the
the
main
body would
arcade.
definitely
Unknown
be
to any of the
like
5,
suits.
there's actually
they would be
6
like way too
person
small
locked
and
in
all
the
that stuff. I'm
building
like,
with
no,
them, waiting silently in the darkened
I would probably be fired.
19-year-old
On the first day,
Nathan
I would be
Dunlap.
fired.
Earlier that year, Nathan had begun working
I would
there
definitely
as a
be
cook,
fired because I
dough
would be like
master, before
either
getting
saying
fired
too
in
much
July
or
after a
something. I don't
disagreement
know.
over his
I'm not a
hours.
policeman.
Now,
I
5
don't know how
months
they work.
later, he was back. At 10:05, he left the bathroom, pulled out a small caliber handgun, and proceeded to execute everyone in the building. First Sylvia, then Ben, then Colleen. Dunlap then moved to the kitchen.
Yeah,
where
this
he
is an actual
surprised
crime.
Bobby
I think we're just
Stevens.
kind of
The
watching
bullet
like BuzzFeed
entered Bobby's
Unsolved
jaw,
in a way.
sending him
Oh,
sprawling
that would
onto
be.
the
That would
ground.
also be
Then
fun to
finally,
watch,
Nathan
wouldn't it
moved to
be?
the
Like
back,
BuzzFeed
the office,
Unsolved.
where Margaret
'Cause I
opened the
like-
safe before
I
Nathan
like the
shot her
way that,
twice. Proceeded to grab
Shane
her bag,
and-
filling it with $1,600 in cash, arcade tokens. Spurred on by the
Shane
building
and
security footage,
no.
police were at
It
his home a
starts.
few hours later,
Shit.
where he was
What's
promptly
the
arrested.
other
Eventually,
name?
he was tried and sentenced to
Shane.
death, but his story
Shane.
re-entered the news
Why am I
just
thinking of,
recently
like,
as his
Smosh?
punishment has been
I'm thinking of
postponed,
Smosh.
leading
Why
people
am I
to
thinking of
debate
Smosh?
whether
I'm
he's
thinking of
able
Shane
to
and
sleep
Anthony. No,
soundly,
that's
knowing that
Ian
his
and Anthony.
execution
Why am I thinking of
has been
Shane?
delayed.
Shane and
This
Anthony. What? No.
is a tragic story. A
I'm thinking of
disgusting
Smosh, goddammit.
waste of human life,
Shane
and one
Dawson?
that
No,
I
no,
won't
what?
joke about or make
From
fun
the
of
one
in
from
any
BuzzFeed
way, but
Unsolved.
I
I mean,
want to
the one
address
from
it
Watch
because I have
Yours
a
now,
strong
but the ones who
suspicion
were
that this
the
story is the
original
one that
hosts
inspired
from
Five
BuzzFeed
Nights at
Unsolved.
Freddy's. Let's look at the facts. First, I don't think that there's any doubt that Freddy's is a parody of Chuck E. Cheese. From the singing animatronics
Smosh,
to
that
the
takes me back.
alliterative
Yay.
naming of the characters,
I
the
love
parallels
Smosh.
are just
I'm glad
obvious,
that Anthony
so the
came
setting
back.
is certainly the same.
Kinda had
Next,
a
what
feeling
year
that
does
Anthony
Five Nights
would,
take place?
especially
The time
after,
is certainly
Lincoln Red
kept
bought,
vague, but there are
Smosh.
clues that we can
And
put
then the
together.
fact that,
For
like,
one, the Chuck E. Cheese
They also
franchise had a
sold
tremendous
Smosh
period
back
of
to
growth and
Anthony
success in
Ian,
the
and I'm
late
just
80s
glad that,
and
like,
early
they're
90s,
both back to
but
Smosh,
started to
yeah.
decline along
My
the same time
childhood.
as arcades, with at-home video game
My
consoles
childhood.
taking center stage. So that's one clue, but we can get even more detailed, specifically with your character's
I never actually
paycheck.
got
Each
any,
night you're working a
like,
6-hour
those
shift,
very old
and you're spending
consoles.
5
Hello,
nights
Zeus,
there.
Sama.
So that's
Hello.
30 hours of
But do
total
not
work
call me
time
Zeus.
for
I
$120.
am- I
In
am Zeus.
total, $4
You can only
an
say
hour.
Zeus.
How can they do that? That's below minimum
You mean
wage.
yeah,
for
there you go.
2014.
Shane and Ryan.
But in
Yes, Shane and
1990,
Ryan.
minimum
I
wage
would
was
love to have. I would love to
$3.80.
react to.
In 1991, it was raised to $4.25.
to, like,
and by
BuzzFeed Unsolved.
1996, you
That
were
would be
looking at
very,
about
very good.
$5
Hey,
an
please,
hour.
Zeus.
So
No.
the game
No.
seems to take place
Why am I
between
saying Zeus? No.
1991 and
No.
1996.
No.
The Nathan Dunlap story
No.
took place in 1993. But let's move on to the most important comparison: the victims. In the game, there were 5 child victims. In the real-life story, there were also 5 victims. But we can get even more specific. Online theories about the game always tend to draw a parallel between the number of kids missing to the number of animatronics, saying that the children's bodies
No.
were stuffed in the
I
various
don't like
suits.
tsundere.
And this appears
Never
to be true.
tsundere.
Bonnie and Chica
If you say
both
tsundere,
have
I will
moans
not
or
like you
raspy
anymore.
breath sound effects,
No
as though
tsundere.
someone's trying to
No.
cling to the last threads
No,
of
no,
their
no, no, no,
lives,
no, no.
stuffed inside
No,
the
no, no, no,
costumes.
no, no,
And
no.
other sounds made by the animatronics are just slowed down versions of
No.
children's laughs and screams. Additionally, as the news clipping mentions, the suits ooze blood and mucus and begin to
Yeah, why
stink
did the
like
cops not look
decaying
at that?
bodies or
I'm just saying.
reanimated
I'm just saying.
corpses.
Cops,
So
you
5
did
victims,
shitty
5
jobs.
suits seems like a slam
It would be.
dunk.
It
But
would be
nowhere
like.
does it say that
I
all
don't know. I'm
5
just
were
saying.
murdered,
I would
only
definitely
that
look
they
at those
went
like
missing
animatronic
and
bodies
couldn't
and
be
hope like
found.
my
Also, the
my
trouble a
entire
lot of
body
people
wasn't
have with
like
this
chopped
theory is
in, like,
Golden
half.
Freddy. Why is that guy
Never
so
liked us anyway.
Lincoln-like?
How dare
So
you?
unlike the others.
I like
It's
you
weird
guys.
until you go back to
I
the real life
guess.
story. Yes,
I
there were
guess.
5 people shot that
Sometimes.
night in Chuck E. Cheese,
Sometimes.
which matches the 5 victims in Freddy's story. But of those, 1 survived. Bobby, the one from the kitchen, miraculously survived the shot to his jaw. After he was knocked
Honestly,
to
I
the
could
floor by the
never,
bullet, he went
like,
limp, played dead,
imagine
to avoid the
having
killer
to, like,
coming back to
survive
finish
a
the
shot
job. And that relates
the jaw,
exactly to the
too.
advice you're given on night 3
Like,
by
that's
the
just
phone
crazy.
guy.
Try playing dead. You know, go limp.
Again,
Try
let me
playing
reiterate
dead.
that I'm not trying to
Imagine
make
having
light
to
of the
see an
real-life
animatronic
events by
right in
comparing
front of
them
you,
to
and it's
bare
literally just
costumes
like...
and animatronics. But I do want to point out that these similarities
And
tend to
you
suit
just
the
hope to
game
God that, like,
Golden Freddy.
they just
Surviving
think
the
that you're
attack,
already
Bobby
dead,
was able to
probably
go to trial
crawl out
and be a
sooner or
damning
later.
piece of evidence in the case against
Yeah, to
Nathan
kick a judge,
Dunlap,
maybe.
ultimately
Yeah.
leading to his death sentence.
Uh.
Which animatronic surprises you by appearing randomly? The one you don't expect and has no clear pattern? Golden Freddy. It's also worth mentioning that of all the cameras in the restaurant, one is always black, preventing you from seeing what's going on.
Good start. I
That
don't
camera's
know
located in
how
the kitchen,
game
leading
theory
many
would
to
have
assume
been
it's where Golden
if it
Freddy
wasn't
hides,
for
which just so
for the
happens
audience
to be the
having to
place
choose
Bobby
FNAF.
was able to survive the attack.
I mean,
So
not
asked,
saying that they
on
wouldn't be
coincidence,
successful as
a
of
source
now,
of
but they
inspiration.
wouldn't have,
In fact,
like,
if you think about it, the
started
behavior
to
of the
be
animatronics
successful if it
really
wasn't for the
corresponds
game,
with
because,
the
like, the amount of
features of
people
each of
that
the
love
real-life
this game
story's victims.
and
We
the
just
amount of
covered
theories
Golden
that it
Freddy and
had.
Bobby, but the rest have
It's just
strange parallels
it just
too.
literally
Bonnie goes into
bombed.
the utility closet filled with
It's like a
floor
bomb
cleaning
of,
supplies.
like-
The most prominent
of, like,
ones being a
goodness,
mop
I
and a
guess.
broom. It's probably one of the most random.
Like, there's a
rooms
lot
in
of
the
nerds
game,
out
until you
there.
consider that Ben,
And
the
there's
second
and I
victim,
think
was
from what I remember from
vacuuming at the time
MatPat,
of the
what
attack.
what he
Foxy
did
is kept
say
sequestered
is
in the back
that
of the building.
we are
behind a
technically
curtain,
nerds
more
of, like,
aggressive
some
than all the
things that we
rest.
like, of,
Similar
like,
to the
some
way
things that we are
Margaret, the
passionate
manager,
about.
was in the back office
It's
counting
the
receipts
fact that
at the time
because
of
he
murder.
made
The
a
role as
space for
manager
those who
would
are actually
inherently make
nerd
her
nerds,
more aggressive or
theorizing,
assertive.
thinking of
Sylvia was closest to the
overanalyzing
bathroom
things
and
or
was
something
cleaning up the
there
salad bar
that
at the time of the attack.
they also
Chica
found the neat
walks
community.
past the bathroom
And
is
that goes for the
associated
VTuber
with
community as
food.
well. We're
Freddy,
technically
well,
nerds.
he doesn't have
We're
that strong of a
nerds.
parallel with
In a way.
He
What
doesn't
the fuck?
appear
Why
in
do you
the
Vine
girl's
boom that? We're
restaurant
nerds.
for what
What
we
the
would
fuck?
assume to be
We're
a male
nerds.
animatronic.
Why are you not?
Maybe
Where?
it's a reference to Colleen being a
Huh?
girl, or a
We're
nod to
nerds.
Nathan's plan of
Hi.
hiding in the bathroom until he was
Oh,
ready
oh,
to
oh.
attack.
Wait,
All right,
wait.
after doing
I wanna
all the
do
research,
something real
reading
quick. I wanna
every
do something
fan theory in existence, and putting
wanna do
all the
something real
clues
quick. Let me
together,
just-
what can this mean for the story of the game? I think the game is an
let me
allegory
just get
for
something
that
real
night
quick,
back
chat.
in 1993.
I'm sure
Here's
you
my
guys saw
final
this, like, earlier, but I wanna just get
You,
something.
Mike Schmidt, are the murderer, former employee of Freddy's Pizzeria.
Give me a moment.
Like Nathan in the real
getting there.
story, you were fired
I'm
for the
just getting
reason
there. I'm
stated in
getting
the
there.
Day 7 pink
There it
slip,
is.
tampering with the animatronics,
There it
being
is.
unprofessional, odor. Maybe it was your tampering with the robots that caused the infamous bite of 87. Regardless, like Nathan, you were mad and wanted to get even. So you lured children to the back using a costume, killed them, stuffed their bodies into the animatronic suits, hoping to get the place shut down, then left.
Okay.
Notice that the newspaper clippings never
should be
say
okay.
it's an employee of the
Wait.
company luring the children away, but we know it must have been someone with access and
No, I have-
knowledge of
has
the
to be in the middle.
employees only
Give me a
section
moment.
of the building. And as the newspaper clippings
Okay,
clearly
it's
show,
not the middle.
just like
We're
Nathan,
good.
you were caught almost immediately.
We're good. You guys are
captured
allowed to
on the
see me
security
now.
Footage. You were arrested, tried, and convicted, forced now to live on death row. The Freddy's Pizzeria you work in now are just the nightmares that haunt you, taunting you every night.
Don't
with the
I look
phrase, "It's
manly?"
me. It's me. It is you.
Don't I look
You
manly?
are the killer. The
Very,
nightmare
very
is
manly.
also why everything is so surreal. Posters switching at random, heads on the animatronics glitching, Golden Freddy appearing
very
and
manly,
disappearing
huh?
at will, taunting you
Oh,
as
shit,
the
I forgot
one
to
that
close
got
this.
away. It's also why you're only at the pizzeria from midnight to 6 a.m.
Wow, I'm
every
manly
night.
now.
It's a
Woo!
nightmare. It's in your sleep. It's a
Now we
place
can watch it
you
properly.
created. A restaurant long closed as evidenced
times,
by the spider
right?
webs.
I
And
remember
overrun
back
with
in the
angry
day
spirits out
when-
for
when this
revenge
game
on
was
you
new,
and
you know?
you alone.
I
as the
just
one
had
who
to
took
put in
their
the
lives,
stash
as
because,
evidenced by
like,
them
good old
completely
days.
ignoring the
I'm
naked
now an old.
endoskeleton
I'm
elsewhere
now.
in the
I'm now an
building.
old man.
It's also a place you
having
can't
to
escape
rewatch
from. Why you
the
find
old
yourself
times.
back there night
Really,
after
really good
night,
days.
even after you complete your
Yep,
5
yep.
nights. See you back next
Who
week.
the heck is
the
this?
ending
It's
text goes.
me.
You're unable
It's
to
me.
leave this
I'm
terror,
just-
the threat of
I
death,
just
the
grew a mustache
guilt,
by choice.
because it never
Yeah.
ends. And in a
good,
delightfully
isn't it?
ironic twist,
Very manly,
your
isn't it?
personal hell
Yeah.
forces you to supervise the
Yeah.
exact same security footage that led to your capture in the first place. But hey, that's just
Oh my
a
god, we
theory.
already
A
breezed
game
through.
theory.
Am I even reacting to
Sweet
it anymore?
dreams.
I'm just literally seeing chat.